Hey guys, it's me, Killer Krieg. So in my tier list, I don't think I've really thoroughly enough examined Universal Soldier, who's all the way up at 6, or Highlander, for that matter, who's kind of down there at the bottom of my tier. So I wanted to put this level together real quick to kind of showcase some of what's good about them. So Highlander, obviously his thing is, as he keeps cutting off heads, he keeps getting more powerful. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the sword is actually weaker than his punch. So the thing is, you need to use the sword in order to keep gaining power. But as I'm about to demonstrate, if you actually need to cut through a lot of enemies, the punch is actually a lot better because it does electric damage and it will make his enemies explode. Like so. Yeah. So you can cut through enemies a lot quicker like that. Now, for Universal Soldier, obviously the amount of needles he has been reduced to 3 from 5. But they're a lot more useful in a lot of ways. Obviously, he can still resurrect people like he always did. But he's just genuinely better. So, he's got a couple of options. When you power up, he gets a lot faster, shoots a lot faster, hits harder, everything. And he gets kind of a little steroid effect. And let's see. If he gets shot in this state, which lasts quite some time, he will come back from the dead, unpowered up. So let's demonstrate that. Okay. Or I'll transform into Brolander again. Mission failed. That was honestly really strange the way that worked, but alright, let's demonstrate. So now if they shoot me, I come back. I'm no longer powered up. But the old Universal Soldier, pretty much if you used a needle and got shot, it wouldn't bring you back. Whereas you have a generous time where you're going to resurrect from a basic hit at this point. Unless you explode. If you explode, you'll just die anyway. Now, another thing that can happen is, say you're going to take some damage. If you use your ability, you will tank it. If you use your ability just as you get hit. And you will not only resurrect, but you'll come back powered up. But as you saw there, it consumed 2 needles to do this. So, yeah, I mean, it's good, but the use of the 2 needles is kind of rough. Now, if you do the old school Universal Soldier Resurrection, where you used it just after you got shot, the kind of high skill ceiling, you gotta hit the button just in time. Not only will you resurrect, but you'll resurrect powered up. Let's see if I can demonstrate. Oh, I didn't quite demonstrate. That's okay. Highlander, it doesn't matter. Mission failed. 3, 2, 1. And it will only consume 1 needle if this happens. Oh, I didn't quite catch it. So I'm actually going to return to editing real quick and just... You saw, Nah, actually, I'll just keep going. But yeah, just to bop back to Brolander real quick, like, he does so much damage with his punches, and his punches will make bad guys explode. And you can clear a lot of bad guys really quick by punching through them, but you won't get the heads, and therefore you won't gain quickening. I didn't quite catch it there like I wanted to. Whoops. Why did that kill me? So the trick is to kind of wait for a moment after you die. There. There I did it. See, now I'm powered up. I'm shooting fast. I'm kicking butt. I resurrected. Like I said, I'm still powered up, and it only consumed the one needle. So if you get that high skill ceiling resurrection on yourself, you will only consume one needle, you resurrect, and you're powered up. So you get kind of the best of all three worlds. Yeah. Universal Soldier went from being like a really average bro, being okay, to being like a fucking beast, an absolute 6th tier, top of the top bro. Because he's just so damn good. He's so strong. His gun's a little weaker, but when he's powered up, it will compensate for a lot of the lack of damage. He can resurrect other bros, including even an Iron Bro to some degree, although they won't be brought back to life for the next level. You don't get that life back. But obviously, this is really effective in co-op because you can resurrect your co-op partners with Universal Soldier too. See there, I just did it again. Okay, that's about done. So now I'm a Highlander. I just deflected a bullet. That's another thing he can do. Good old Highlander. But yeah, that's about all there is for my presentation. I noticed that I didn't really get a good chance to cover Universal Soldier because by happenstance I just kept happening to die. It's not that he's bad, it's just that I'm trying to show off everything, and I just didn't happen to get a very long lifespan as Universal Soldier. So just wanted to go in further depth on him and Highlander because they're both really, you know, Universal Soldier's great. Highlander he's on the bottom tier. But if you need to get through enemies, it can really help to use the punching instead, because he gets electric damage from his punches at that point. And it's a custom level I made, by the way. I think it's neat. Oops. Finally had all that quickening and... See if I can bring this guy back. It did work. I even brought back Highlander. So that's about all I have. So yeah, I hope it helped you to understand those characters a little better. I tried to go into super deep depth on every character, and I felt like I didn't do Universal Soldier or Highlander that much justice. To be fair, it's really hard to do Highlander justice, as you can see, because it's hard to keep him alive long enough to do anything fancy with him. But yeah, when he gets a couple of charges going, the punches really have that electrical damage. His sword gets stronger too, and it gets better at removing the heads, and obviously you get the charges. But if you really need to cut through the enemies, yeah, you want to use the punches instead, because it does electrical damage. They will explode. It'll knock them into other enemies and make them explode too, and cause nasty chain reactions and really win you the game. So, yeah, that's about it. Oh hell, I'll try to show off one more time. Okay. We'll return to editing. We'll just do Highlander because otherwise I won't get much of a chance to show them off. So, no Universal Soldier file. Publish. Test level.
3, 2, 1, test your level.
See, yeah, it really just, it does so much chain reaction damage when you just get those hits. And that's something fairly new, by the way. I don't think that he had so much electrical damage in his punches before. His punch was just kind of useless, but now every once in a while you get a little charge, but as you get a few quickenings in you, it gets to the point where you start doing electrical damage with every punch. And as you saw there, it like destroyed like half the ground halfway down to the bottom of the level here, just from the chain reactions and stuff. So, yeah, that's everybody. That's everything. Thank you for watching.